Oh, yeah. It's Marshy stream time. Is my sound on? Oh my goodness, I can subscribe to earn drops? Wow. Good for me. Probably ditch the Mindbreaker. I don't think that was anything. Except I didn't really face Imbue Mage. I could just run it back. Are there any exciting things I could... Oh, a whole mini set's come out since then. Let's see, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot. We didn't get anything. I haven't played with this yet, actually. Maybe I don't build this. Instead, we could go like that thing. Is there anything else? Not really. And we're going full triple thing. We're gonna run what's his face too, the other one. Is Hellia worth it? I can always cut it later if I don't like it. Marshy time much? What up, JF? I was just playing Velocross in Standard. It's not that great. Yeah, I could definitely see how it wouldn't be. It's been forever since I've played this style of DK. Like, before we didn't have that much to spend corpses on, and now we have too much. I feel like playing this and then playing Velocross or whatever would be good. Will you be putting Gen in your deck? Probably, unless I forget. You never know. Hey Marshy, hope you're doing well. Don't forget Gen. Alright, thank you. Chat, should I include this? I feel like that would be good, but like I'm playing it, I'm playing this, I'm playing this. It's like so many corpse spenders. I guess not. Oh. Well, now I kind of want to go Reynold instead of Gen. What if I did that? Is that anything? Like, I've never played this card. I don't know, maybe I'll start off with even and just see where it goes. Okay, so as you humans so nicely reminded me, put that in. Then what else is a good card? We're out of good cards, right? There aren't any more. I don't want to look through every 2 that exists. Looking through every everything gets more and more stupid every year. Like, I'm at the point where it doesn't make sense to do this anymore. When I started streaming, it was still okay. Like, I could still, like, go through every card. Now it's like, Put it in ETC. 2 mana rush with Reborn 1/1? This one? We're going full green today. It's true. It's true. Alright, so ETC for this stupid guy, I guess. Probably include this, right? I don't know. Hey, get in the ETC. Headless Horseman? Oh, I'm going full triple unholy. I think I want just more cheapy cheaps. I could put in this guy. But I don't know, I think we're past the point where just putting Astalor in every deck is good. Any draw cards? I have Xavius. Is that an amazing draw card? Oh yeah, I could put in Gold Panner. I could put in Greedy Partner. Alright. This is such a good corpse spender. Too bad it's not good. I heard Knife Juggler's good now. Battle Cry. Battle Cry. Battle Cry. Battle Cry. Celestial Projectionist? What do I want that for? Actually, I am playing Grave Strength again. I wonder if I can just get away with playing the stupid Bungo guy. Is there anything that, like, buffs the attack of something else out? Airlock Breach, we're going triple unholy. 3 unholies. I could also just not. I could not. I could cut Marrowgar and cut Grave Strength. And go 1 blood. Isn't there a guy that buffs undead? Yeah, but like it's a 1 cost, right? Mother Duck? Isn't that a 3 cost card? What's a 4 cost? It is Battle Cry. Make the ducks. Should I... Oh, these guys. I forgot about them. Okay, well. Thoughts? I was just watching some Marshy vids, and here's Marshy notification. Well, there we are. Put the new 3-mana core set legendary in my even deck. Do I think it's ever Marrow or Volo? No, I think you just play whichever one of them you draw. I'd probably cut Primus before I'd cut one of them. And if it was Orvolo, I'd just make this double Unholy in Blood. What was I going to look at? I was going to look at the core set. It's like... you gain twice as many corpses as normal. Battlecry, draw a card that spends corpses. That's going in the ETC. What else goes in the ETC? Isn't the taunt one better than Murlocula? Not even close. Murlocula costs 0. Taunt one costs infinite. Ashen, aren't we already running Plagues though? Do we really have to worry about Ice Block? Ceaseless probably isn't bad, not gonna lie. Like, we do a lot of killing stuff. Alright, is this the nuts? The nuts? Alright. Stupid bug, when will it be fixed? Alright.
Nothing shall prevent me from having my revenge.
Nothing shall prevent me from eating my spagoo. Is this list even real? No. No. Not this time. Josh Juke. Good evening from EU, Marshman. What it does, Brazito, Braztito, Brotato. Huh. I don't know that this is worth keeping. I feel like Horizon's Edge is something you play when you're already, like, got a board, you know? What are we playing? Martian Stew, correctly, yeah. We're playing the new Volacross the Terminator Spaghetti Death Knight. What up, Lamp? Even, let's go? Yep. Let's go. I love you, Marigar. It's been too long since I played Marigar. I also loved Marigar in the Ice Crown raid. He's very funny with his bone storms and whatnot. He's the type that would talk in all caps, you know what I mean? My new best plan ever is to save my coin for Marigar. Ugly signature though? How dare you say that about my good friend Marigar. Bone Storm, indeed. Indubitably. Indubitably, yes. Martin Boo, what it does, Robert Tusk. Ba-da-ba-ba. What kind of super cool thing do you think my opponent is up to? Watch this be Mildred. It might be. It might be. What a disaster that would be. I feel like they're playing some kind of, you know, what you call it? The one with the stuff. Ooh, nice. Dungar. That's what I was looking for. I feel like they're playing some kind of Dungar Druid. They're playing Druid. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Ooh, I missed the days when they couldn't afford to just leave me open forever. Good stuff. Forgot about this card. Alright, now I think they're playing Reno Druid. Stop and smell the fungus. Excuse me. Man, I guess. Nah, I'm gonna do this one. A lot of that went face. A lot of that went face, chat.
Such glory.
Drawing cards is so cool. Real. I think DK has the coolest cards. Helia, Reska, and Elizar are the fanciest cards in your opinion. Word. That location is really good? I think so. I give it 2 locations out of 3. Not my whole board, chat. How could they? How could they do this to me? After all I've been through together or something. Plagues. Plagues. Plagues? I mean, that's really stupid, right? But it puts so many plagues in their deck. And if they did... if they did have, like, Reno cards, which it still looks like they do, they're turned off, except for the big one. Now, what if you had New Ysera, Silas, Soulbound Ashtongue, and Emperor Thorson for a 35 damage OTK? Those are the words anyone's ever said to me. Oh, thank goodness. If that had hit Marogar, I would have uninstalled. That
requires more mana.
I require more Vespine gas. Alright. So the 3s and the 1 are gonna pet our friends Mutanus here. I guess I'll have this guy go here. Did I math? Chat, I didn't math. Math is too hard. I try never to do it, honestly. But, you know, we're one corpse back, ready to do this again, so it's fine. What if they run Geist? Then that'd be bad news for me. Draw cards till your hand is full. Aw. Have they given up on 3 rune cards? I don't know what they've done. I don't know what anything is anything. Is even DK back? Even DK is so back. Like, if I'm playing something, you know that it's the nuts. You know that it's the nuts, chat. Martian Boo would only ever play anything if it was the stone cold potatoes. Alright. So if I do this and this here, I can trade this here and put the 2/2 there. And then I can activate this. So that would be... these two could go face, so 9 and 11, not quite. So... don't really want to do that this turn. That needs to die. So this, that. Then this, that. You need 5 corpses, you can only get 2 back. 1, 2, 3. It's been a long day. Fair enough. Just know that I'll never forgive you. OMG, is that a card slinging Martian? It is. What it do, Guapo? What it doesn't. What it did. Why won't my opponent stop it? Alright. Also, can they draw some more plagues? What's going on over there? I have 22, they have math. So they're at 29, 36. If I did this, so I could hero power. At which point I would have 23. I could add 7 to that, putting me to 30, and 7 more to that, which will put me to 37. Which, by my primitive Martian math, is enough to win the video game. So. Guess we'll see how it goes. Marigar funny, too true. Math genius, thank you. It do be what it does and never what it wasn't. Real. Winning a game with Volo and deck, true. Hey Marty, I have one request that could very well ignore, but can you say ANR's voice line? Which one? I assume it's something I say stupidly whenever she says it. Yeah. I bestow these like I have to say stupid crap after that. Alright. Mage. I kind of want to get Falric. What if I keep ETC for the purposes of Falric? Does Lorcana have a side deck? It does not. It does not. Finally managed to catch a Martian on stream. What'd it do? Oh, I won a Lorcana tournament over the weekend. Which is why Guapo's asking that. So, that was fun.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
Do you feel sometimes that the game is too easy for you? Yes, every game is too easy for me. I am a god gamer, alright? And I would never lose or win a video game. How good or terrible are tech cards in Lorcana? So Lorcana has a 3-mana... Lorcana and Hearthstone, by the way, chat, have very, very similar rules, right? They have super similar rules. More so than Hearthstone and Magic. So if you thought that Hearthstone and Magic were kind of similar, like Lorcana and Hearthstone are way more similar. Like, if you were gonna make Hearthstone paper, it would, like, the adjustments you'd make to compensate for it being paper instead of digital, it would look a lot like Lorcana. It would basically be the same game. So that's my Marshy opinion on that. Still need 2 for Murlocula. Unfortunate. I want to toss a Murlocula to the objection. Unless I like top deck a 2 cost, I guess. So yeah, I think the tech cards in Lorcana are pretty decent. They're like, maybe I just toss some Murlocula now. They're like kind of soft for the most part, but they do have a 3-mana Lotheb. Like, it's like 3 mana better Lotheb, because it's not like spells cost 5 more, it's you can't cast them at all. So it's a little silly. My deck had that in it, and I used it to the fullest. What do you guys think? 3 shots at this every time? Aw, man. Feels bad playing Helya here. We'll prepare for the Helya. What deck did I play for the tournament? I played Amber Steel Song, but I cut back on some of the, like, the stuff that requires you to have songs, and I put in some more beefy things so that when my opponent plays 3-mana Lotheb, I can still do stuff. So the deck I was playing is reliant on playing a bunch of cheap spells, 0-cost spells that should cost 3 early on. And I noticed that, like, if my opponent had 3-mana Lotheb, I would lose the game a lot. So I cut back on some of those synergies, and instead I was running... there's a 6-cost thing that you can play for 4. It's a Bianca from... Lorcana is the Disney card game. Is it like No Way Home? What the? No, it's Gosh, it's like she and that other guy go on adventures, and there's a sequel where they go to Australia. What is that? What is that movie called? It's not Up. She's a mouse. The Rescuers, yeah. So Rescuer, I think I've seen the Rescuers before, but we owned the Rescuers Down Under, so that's one I've seen a lot with the Albatross. Anyways, so Bianca from that, she costs 6, but if you have a character with, if you have an ally character out, she costs 4. So ally characters are minion tags, so that's like a beast or a undead or something in Hearthstone. That's what, like, the type of thing that an ally would be. And our ceaseless costs too much still, so let's go get our guy. Oh, I forgot he was in here. Stupid. I don't want him. So anyways, what's nice about that is, A, she has a really big body, so she's a 4 for 5/5, which is huge. But a character, there's this mechanic called songs, so that's why the deck is called Amber Steel Song. You sing a lot of songs, where there are these spells that you can play for free if you tap a character that costs as much or more than that song costs. So I have a 5-cost song in the deck that makes both players discard their hand and draw 7. And what's the right answer to this? I guess I don't want to take the board damage, so I'll go with this one. Can make him. Sure. Because none of the rest of this is useful. So yeah, playing her for 4, but letting her... you play her for 4, and she can either... If your opponent plays Pete, which would prevent you from playing a song, you can just have her trade into things, which is really relevant. And why I switched to that build. But also... playing her for 4 lets her still sing the 5-cost song for cheap. So there are other characters that have like Singer 5 that they cost 3, but they have a keyword called Singer 5, so they can use they can sing a song that costs 5 or more. Those that, like, I cut back on just to the broken one of those. There's an aerial that lets you like get a song off the top of your deck, but she also has Singer 5, so that's the broken one. I kept that in. I cut the other ones. The ones that have Singer 5. Anyways, so like that's one change I made. There's another one. There's a LeFou that costs nothing if you've banished, if you've like traded into an enemy minion and the enemy minion has died. It costs nothing. It normally costs 3. It's a 2/3, which isn't good. But it costs 0 if you've managed something in a challenge, and it has the ally tag that allows me to play Bianca for cheaper. So, nobody plays that LeFou, but it's broken. So, like, I noticed that while I was looking for ally characters for Bianca, when I was looking to change my deck to less weak to Pete. Pete is the 3-mana Loatheb. I was like, why is nobody playing this? And so I put it in my deck, and then I won a tournament. So that's my story about that. All right, I'm gonna keep Distressed Cavaldier. Is song another word for minion or spell? Songs are specific types. So their spells are called actions. Songs are a specific type of action that can be played by tapping a character. It's not just Loatheb, right? It's, yeah, I said at the beginning it's like better Loatheb. Boop. Well, I keep drawing Hellia in my opening hand. That seems relevant. What do colors mean in Lorcana? In Lorcana, you can pick 2 colors. and all of your deck has to be in those colors. Martian, you are a very skilled gamer to draw Helya like that. Thank you. Thank you. Burr, burr, burr. Are these color translations to classes in Hearthstone? Yeah, kind of. Except instead of just choosing one and being stuck with that, there aren't neutrals in Lorcana either. You pick two colors and those are the cards you can work with. But yeah, it's like their version of classes. It's like runes and Death Knight. Kind of. I mean, like, yeah, because runes and Death Knight are like classes. Like subclasses. Beep, beep, boop. Chat, do you think I'll win the video game? This person is just stabbing herself in the chest, huh? What's, never really noticed that animation before. They just have someone stabbing themselves in the chest over and over again. Interesting. Alright, I would like to play this. I think there's a chance that I'm on board fast enough. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have traded something else to get an extra corpse. I was gonna say, I think I'm on board fast enough that maybe I can just do this really early and beat them that way. What colors do I like? So Steel has the 3 mono Lotheb and it has all of the good songs. And Amber has all the characters with the I just win, right? Amber has all the characters with the wow. With the that lets you sing songs higher than their cost. So like I've always liked that one. There's like a really expensive Rapunzel that so ever since the game has come out, I've wanted to play Amber Steel because that's really fun to be able to like cheat out those spells early. And I didn't because the Rapunzel costs $50. There's a Rapunzel you need for your draw. It lets you heal. It costs 4. It lets you heal a character for 3, up to 3, and then as much as you healed, you get to draw that many cards. So that card has been worth like $50 since the game came out, and I didn't want to drop $200 on a playset of something, so I haven't played it. But then when the game released in China, I found someone who was selling a Chinese version of Rapunzel for $18 less each, and I was like, I'd love to play $18 less each for those Rapunzels. So I got the deck after that. And so I started playing it when Blue Steel was broken, which is otherwise my favorite color combination because it has ramp and the broken songs. So I started playing Amber Steel then because the blue cards, I was playing Blue Steel before it was broken. And then they released really broken support for that cost too much. Like the Tamatoa that you needed was like $63, so you'd need 4 of each. The Scrooge was like 25, so you need 100 on that. And then Oswald, which was from a previous set but became broken because of these new cards, shot up to like 22 or something like that. So in order to update my deck, it would have been like $500 or something stupid like that. And I was like, I'm not going to do this. And that's when I finally got the Rapunzel stuff. By the way, fun fact, there's a really cheap Bell. That was the really broken card. They ended up banning cards because of this deck, and they banned the fun draw card that made me like Blue Steel, and like one of his activators, instead of banning Bell, which was the actual broken card. But Belle is like a nickel, right? Because she's a common. So it's kind of like LeFou with an easier activation. But anyways, so I was playing Blue Steel when it wasn't good. Then it became good, and I couldn't afford to update my deck, so I bought Amber Steel when it wasn't good. And then they banned the Blue Steel stuff, and now Amber Steel is the good deck. So I mean, like, it's pretty funny. Like, I picked up these decks when they were niche, and then they became broken. That's just kind of the history of Marshy Lorcana, I guess. I must say this game sounds affordable. There are like cheap decks, but really it is truly not well priced. I completely agree. I would play a lot more Lorcana. Like, I would buy all the decks and play all of the archetypes and go to more events if they were priced as well as Pokemon. So Pokemon has some really expensive cards, but they're expensive because they've got pretty art, right? If you want to actually play Pokemon, like, just for the sake of fun, like you want to go to a tournament and play Pokemon, the decks are cheap. You have tons of options. Like, all of the decks in standard Pokemon cost between $30 and $100. Like, everything you would want to play is within that range. So that's pretty affordable. Like, and $100 doesn't even get you 4 Tamatoas, right? Like, one play set of a card you need in Lorcana, like, you can get what were they, 60? So you can get 2 of the most expensive Pokemon decks in their entirety and one of the cheapest for the same it takes to get horrible to update it. You know what I mean? So I agree that it's priced really, really bad. Renee says, the more you talk about Lorcana, the more I want to play. Let's play today. All right, cool. Let's talk about Lorcana more often, chat. I love when Renee wants to play cards with me. Does it have an online client? It had like an unofficial one, but it got, you know, cease and desisted. Is it legal to use cards written in Chinese? It is, yeah. That's why I bought them. It isn't. It's like every game other than Pokemon lets you play with foreign cards. It's kind of funny. Pokemon's like, no foreign cards. I'll be honest, Lorcana has to be the only way my wife would play a card game with me because she loves Disney. If you just want to play Lorcana, I highly recommend just picking up all the theme decks. Don't like, if all you want to do is play with your wife. This is how Renee and I started. Every time a set would come out, I would just grab the theme decks from that set and we just play them against each other. Like, as far as playing at home with your wife, it's a fantastic way to play is that way, in my opinion. So definitely, like, if you think she'll play with you and you want to play card games with her, I would do that. Is there Lilo and Stitch deck by chance? There's a Lilo that's really good, and there are some Stitch decks that are like fine. Not Stitch decks, but Stitch cards that are fine. Man, that did not go the way I wanted it to. Also, that was like the one plague that doesn't make me feel any safer. Am I dead? That Yu-Gi-Oh! Also doesn't allow mixing. Yeah, I don't know that much about Yu-Gi-Oh! So, I believe you. Maybe she's supposed to be pulling the sword out of her chest, but they need the animation to loop? Probably. Are theme decks affordable? Yeah, they're like $10, $15. It's like the secondhand market stuff that's expensive. Like, if you want to like get good cards for a meta deck, it's expensive. But you can pick up a pair, and sometimes they give you like $5 off if you get both theme decks. right? So like, yeah, you know, if you bought just one, it would be 15, but if you bought two, it's 25. Stuff like that sometimes. Would you plant the demon tree? Galactic Lobster, thank you so much for the 14 months, my friend. How are you? This isn't Soulbound Ashtongue Spaghetti Death Knight, it's true. What's the life total and deck size in Lorcana? 60 cards, 20 life. Kind of. You count up to 20 instead of trying to get your opponent to 0. Wow. Oh my bad, Spawn. Pound it 35 minutes ago. Even DK truly is even mage for Zoomers. Wow. How does healing work in Lorcana if you count backwards? There aren't a lot of healing cards. Or like healing cards. What you do is a Lorcana card. I'll just show you a Lorcana card. Here's a Lorcana card. How well can you see that? So like the stats there, the 0 and the 5, that is the attack and health of the card. Up there is the cost, the 4 there. And then those 2 little dots, that's the quest. The 2 dots below the stats. So the attack number is what the minion will do to another minion. I'm trying to talk in Hearthstone terms, by the way. Is what the minion will do to another minion. The quest counter is what they will do to the opponent's face. So you're trying to gain 20 lore by questing. So you can tap to have the minion attack a character, or you can tap it to have it quest. And once you've quested for 20 worth of lore, so that Jafar had 2 little dots, so he gets 2 lore when he quests. So once you've quested to 20, you win. There aren't a lot of cards that reduce your opponent's lore. That would be healing, right? I'm sorry? You had some in your early theme decks. Like red has them. Like there was an Aladdin that would like reduce your opponent's lore by 1. Oh, and your big Aladdin, he would like steal 2.
Oh, I never got to play him.
You did it once, and you were like a few times, and you were really excited every time you did it. But anyways, there are very few cards that reduce your opponent's lore, and I think they're all in red. But that would be like healing your face. So you can always just go face as their taunt. You can, but when a character is like you can't attack an opponent's character unless that character is tapped. So when you quest with something, you expose it to getting removed by your opponent's characters. So there's like a timing to it. There are cards that like prevent your opponent from questing. So that would be like, you know, freezing something basically. There's a taunt thing called Bodyguard but that's only relevant for attacking minions. It's not relevant for going face. Hey, Brick must go on. Chat, what's going on with these things? I don't like it.
Share my pain.
Alright, please let my Murlocula go face. No, okay, good. So if a character is tapped, is its health applied or is its attack? Is it like Hearthstone or Yu-Gi-Oh in that? It's like Hearthstone. It like it's Hearthstone in like basically every way. I don't know. It plays so similarly. Like there's some stuff like the singing and how being tapped works, where it's different, but like in any way that it can be similar to Hearthstone, it is. There better be a Falric in the ETC band? No, I would never put a Falric in the ETC band. The very idea of it sickens me. Do I... So that's 21 damage. Do I want to just do this, and go face?
Not guide me.
Marrowgar wins. I guess that's a good point. So maybe I glubbed up. They probably can kill me this turn, but like, how much can I do about that? I'd rather set up lethal and hope.
I should have taken a vacation ages ago.
Rude.
It is time to end this.
What was the prize for winning the tourney? I got 8 packs and I got a special champion mat that says champion on it.
You will know endless torment.
Just wow. I don't know this character. It's from Big Hero 6. I haven't seen it. How's the mana system in Lorcana? I heard it's a little weird. It's a lot like WoW TCG. Any card can go into your inkwell. So like any card can be a land basically to talk in MTG turns. So once per turn you can put something in your inkwell. It's not any card. Any card that has a mana symbol like this. It's kind of hard to see, I guess, but like these ones don't have. You can't put this in your ink. You can't put this in your ink. You can put these ones in your ink. And then so however much ink you have in a turn is how much you can spend on things. So like this costs 3. If I have 3 ink, I can play it. Lufu has a card that's hilarious. That's like, that's my big claim to fame, is spotting how good that card is. Nobody's playing it for some reason. It's broken. Everyone should play that card. We have turned our curse into our chungus.
Starting the operation.
Well then, I'll go ahead and... It's crazy how good this card is against Shadow Priest. Like, oh my goodness. Plague Strike is just the nuts against Shadow Priest. Does mid-range exist in Lorcana? I think, like, the one thing that doesn't feel like it has a lot of representation in Lorcana is combo. Like, there are some combos you can do, but they're like... They're in the good range, in my opinion, where, like, it's doable if you really like that stuff, but it's not like you're gonna go against it all the time. Oh, sick, DK is back? It is. It's so back. It's as back as it's been. Well, chat, I drew both of my Destroy Aggro Priest spells. Do you think I'll win this one? Hello, Marshy. Is there a chance bigger than 1% that you'll play Big Demon Warlock? Today or ever? Is DK playable in Standard? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I don't know anything. Well, I'm gonna play that. I really shouldn't have, right? I should have played this. I'm addicted to playing Hell Yeah. But, you know, as long as I'm doing stuff, I guess I'll do that. Ever? Yes. I'm pretty sure DK is minimum good in standard right now. That's what's up. Guapo said, I'm pretty sure do is minimum good in standard right now, and I translated it to DK because I knew that's what he meant. But then he corrected himself and did the mistake again. Do asterisk. So proud of you. Chat, did I just lose? I thought I was gonna win for sure. I guess I'll just do this. You know what? I will still do this. Because, like, if it leaves him at 1 health magically, at least, you know, I still get all my damage in, and I can do this. Can't believe I'm going to lose this game. I thought I was going to win for sure. How did they do so much damage to me? What did I miss? It's alright. Next turn, I have hero power in both of these to activate the rest of that and not do enough damage. So what do I really do? I cannot, under any circumstances, kill them next turn. I'm just dead. Disaster. We're gonna file a complaint against you for injuring my hand because of today's YouTube video. Did you get the carpal tunnels? Unlucky. Do you think Lorcana will ever make an online client? I wish. I hope so. They, like... Did I cut leeches? This is a different deck than double blood unholy even DK. This is triple unholy even DK. So it only has cards in it that triple unholy can play. Surely they'll make a mobile client at least. Yeah, I would hope so. You'd think they would. Did my opponent give up on their very winnable game? I mean, that's cool. I like winning. Nothing gets my hounds! Draw the plagues. Is it aggro? It's something. It's something. I think this is a mid-range control combo tempo potato deck. It's literally everything but aggro. It's a lot of tags. You can never have too many tags, right? I think it tells you about as much about this deck as calling it aggro would. I think this deck is fundamentally mid-range, but yeah. The decks are on the docket today. Ideally, I'd play this one twice, but I don't think this is a two gamer. I guess I'm gonna play this one because new card, unless, you know, like, I gotta play the new card, right? Like, Vol Across needs to get in my hand at some point, but I was otherwise just trying to capitalize on how well my Reno even DK video with 8 hands in it did, so I'll probably play that after this. This deck is winning too fast. You're not getting any 8 mana, I guess. Ah! I see your Archibald. Is my opponent playing the Demon Seed? Looks like they are. How dare they? How dare you? How dare they? Only people with no morals would ever play the Demon Seed. Like me. I would have otherwise like tempoed out this one, but like I don't want them to pop the geode on their turn, right? I just called them bald. They called themselves bald. Archibald. Which standard class do you have the most and the fewest wins with? Which standard class? Are there wild classes?
The fallen will serve.
You know, I'm actually not that... What? I'm not that excited about this card. Maybe I shouldn't have played it. If I had to guess, I'd say the most are Warrior or Druid, and the fewest with Hunter. The fewest are with Death Knight. This is the most recent, and it hasn't really had much great, like, wild decks. So I haven't really been playing it too much. I'm somewhere between 1100 and 1500. Probably closer to 11 than to 15. Base classes. That's okay. So there's no point to count Demon Hunter and DK. All right. Well, like even counting Demon Hunter, Hunter is still lower. Hunter is, if you don't count DK, is my lowest played class. I actually have some decent wins on Demon Hunter. It's not that much farther ahead than Hunter, I guess. Anyways, okay, so the first 9, Warlock and Druid have been my top 2 for as long as I've been streaming. Warlock has been my number 1 forever. But since streaming, Ray and I counted out my wins like right before I started streaming in 2020, and I was shocked to see that Druid was number 2, because like Druid started to be a class that I would spam after Guff came out, and I was like, why is my Druid count up so high? I don't remember playing that much Druid. And then I thought about it for a little bit. It's Togwaggle Druid. I spammed into the ground. Like there was a time in like, what was it, 2018? Like after Psych Melon got printed, when I like just spammed Togwaggle to no end, I guess. I loved that deck. It was so novel for the time. Warlock is my top also. I love it back in the day, not so much today. Yeah, I always expect one of my other classes to overtake it, but Warlock keeps having a lead. I actually think that like this deck is pretty fun to play. This is like, not gonna lie, the Demon Seed in its current form is what I think a wild control deck should be, right? I don't know. I think I think this is like super like not this person's list. This person's list runs Chittering Tunnelers. I don't know. Maybe they're sweet for all I know. Like for a Eternal format deck, I feel like this is pretty acceptable. So these two are going face. I want to get my double corpses. And that's it. Would you consider running that beetle in Questline Warlock if it discovered a copy of a minion in your deck? Yeah, that'd be pretty darn good, I think. Be pretty darn good. I have a lot of corpses. I hope I draw Velocross soon. If I don't, I'm gonna be mad. As mad as I am that this thing is sitting there without an answer. Okay, now I need, actually, yeah, any of them would have been fine. So they still have a bit of that to go, although this would help them, right? So I am going to play this one. I'm not going to play this one.
Certainty is gone.
Because I can't have that. But it's nice to see we're all the way back down. Hell yeah. I really appreciate you showing up in my other matchups, but why'd you have to show up in this one? Babe, wake up. New even DK pile just dropped. Real. Hey Blam. Hi Martian. Hi chat. How impactful is the new mini set for Wild? Thank you so much for the 20 months, Blam. I appreciate it. The new Phoenix deck is like a new... I feel bad calling it like a deck that you should only play if you're a cheater, but because I feel like it's ignorant. But I don't think it's good unless you're animation cheating. But I don't know. Some people have claimed to have success with it, so that's why I don't want to trust my assessment of it. Ow! Ooh, Velocross. Aww. Chat, I don't like my chances. Okay, so now what I really want is the other corpse guy, right? The other grave strength. That was rude. That was rude. Opponent. How could you? Have I seen Juggler Rogue on the ladder? I saw it mostly when I played it myself. Alright, well. I like doing this because it leaves me with a spot open to play something next turn and doesn't super matter. Alright, kill me now or lose to my Skabloos. They're gonna kill me now. Seems like Warlock is cheating. Yes. That might be a question you can't answer based on how many years you play Hearthstone, but what deck you think you played the most? I am sure mine are different versions of Reno Lock. I played a ton of Dark Lair and Kingsbane in Darkmoon Fair. Oh, I lose. I was all excited to win. Martian is a Raza player. That's true. I've played a lot of Raza. Like, it's hard to... But, like, look. Okay, so here's the thing. If we look at my class wins, basically all of this... It's not even like most of this is probably Raza and Combo Priest from Kobolds. So like I got my first 500 with Reno Garbage Priest in Wild back when Priest was unplayable. That was I got my first Legends right after the Patron nerf. So Patron was nerfed, and then I got my first Legends with nerfed Patron. So after that, I didn't feel inspired to grind ladder anymore because I'd already achieved Legend. And then my goal was to get 500 wins in every class. So when was the Patron deck nerfed? What was a year before Ungoro? Before Ungoro was Gadgetzan, before Gadgetzan was Karazhan, before Karazhan was Whispers. So Whispers was when I got my first legend. Had to be. Anyways, well, like it was after the whatever nerf. And my second legend, once I had already gotten all the classes to golden, and then didn't have anything like any more grand quest to seek, I went back to like just playing ladder in Ungoro. That was my second legend. So I had everything in 500 wins by then, and priest wasn't a class until Frozen Throne, right? It was almost a class in Ungoro, but then it ended up not being a class still. So like it was trash all the way through that. And so like it's always funny when people complain about priest because it was so irrelevant for so long, and then like now it gets cards and people hate it. But anyways, so 500 priest wins from before priest was a real class. Then I played a ton of priest in from like Wrath through Raza's rotation, but not just Raza. I also played a ton of combo priest in Wild. I really liked combo priest back then, like Inner Fire priest. So I think I had like it was like I remember being surprised at how few my priest wins were, but then I remembered like I only like one deck, the Raza priest deck, and then they like nerfed Raza and didn't unnerf it until I was already streaming. So like the priest deck that I like was gone. Also, I started playing Highlander priest before it was cool actually, but those games took forever. Those were like blood control games where I would either lose quickly or I would win in 10,000 years. So it's like I played a lot of hours of Death Knight when it first came out, but I didn't play a lot of wins because each of my Death Knight games would take 20 to 30 minutes. So anyways, well, I'm over 7 in Warlock. I thought I was 6 something. I was at 5,000 I think when I started streaming, and then Druid was second with like 3,000 something. So no, I think it was high 2s. Also, Warlock might have been 4,000. Oh, I wish I remembered where we wrote it down so we could look when I was thinking about it. But yeah, looking at warrior and priest and seeing how low they are is always surprising to me. Like the warrior one also makes sense, right? Because like warrior stopped being fun in the way that I thought it was fun when they nerfed Fire War Axe. Why is Rogue so high? Kingsbane Rogue. Kingsbane Rogue. I loved Darkmoon Fair Kingsbane Rogue. So like I feel like Darkmoon Fair Kingsbane Rogue might be the deck I've played the most. So this is all from a question of like why what class, what deck have I played the most over time? And I really like Kingsbane, so it might just be 3,000 Kingsbane wins or something like that. I spammed that deck into, and it's a fast deck too, right? Darkmoon Fair Kingsbane Rogue. So yeah, Renee doesn't know. Thanks for checking. Oh yeah, Demon Hunter and Hunter are a lot closer than I thought. I got 1,000 of these Demon Hunter wins are from my first month of streaming. Like it was like a month and a week of my first, like I started streaming a week before Ashes came out, and then from Ashes until I got 1,000 Demon Hunter wins, I was basically only playing Demon Hunter. So like 1,000 of these wins are from the first month and a week. That's a crazy statement. Back then I was streaming for 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, and playing just Demon Hunter. All right. So it's probably Kingsbane or Darklair Warlock, honestly. It might be Raza Priest. But like Raza Priest games in several metas have been long. So it's hard for me to say specifically, but those are like the contenders. Also, Hand Warlock might be up there. I played a ton of Hand Warlock back in the day. Like, I played Hand Warlock until it wasn't playable anymore, right? Until they rotated Molten Giant. It took you almost 2 years to get Demon Hunter to 1K. It took me like a year and a quarter, I think, to get Death Knight to 1K. Because the only Death Knight deck I liked for the first year was the one that took like half an hour to win a game. So like, even though I played a lot of Death Knight, I didn't play a lot of games of Death Knight because, you know, like when I powered Demon Hunter to 1K, it was an aggro deck, right? Like it was odd Demon Hunter. So like, you know, I could get a win in 5 to 10 minutes. But for Blood Control, which was the only deck I actually liked from the first year of DK, that was a 20 to 30 minute, you know, it was probably closer to like a 15 to 30 minute win. And it was, you know, if we were up against a priest or something, it was a 15 to 30 minute loss. So like, you could put in a lot of time in that and not actually make any progress as far as getting your 1,000 wins. But it took me about a year and a quarter. And the reason why it sticks out to me so much is I started watching One Piece at the same time. Like, not exactly at the same time. I think it was like a month before DK came out. And I was wondering which one would happen first, 1,000 Death Knight wins, or I finished watching One Piece. And it was One Piece. I finished watching it. When I caught up to current, One Piece had exactly ended the Wano saga. So like, it was pretty funny how the timing worked out. It was like, it was a very clean stopping point for me. So, I finished watching One Piece like a little bit before I finished getting DK to 1,000 wins. I think I'm gonna save this coin in hopes that I can get my Velocross. Using One Piece as a measurement of time is crazy, real. What's my most played deck for each class? DK would be even DK. Demon Hunter would be odd Demon Hunter. Druid would be... I guess it's probably Togwaggle Druid at this point still, just because I can't really pinpoint, like, Guff Druid cards plus win condition has to be my most played Druid deck, right? Where I run Guff, I run the relevant Ram spells, Moonlit Guidance, Aquatic Form, you know, Twig Sphere when that was legal, Floop when it still worked, you know, like Druid's core cards, Branching Paths, Howl, plus win condition is my most played Druid deck. But like, that's like 40 decks. So literally Cards Druid is my like unironic answer. I guess. Neat. So yeah, Cards Druid, like Guff plus like good Druid cards plus win condition is my most played Druid deck for sure. For Hunter, it's surely Beast Hunter at this point, definitely. I went back to that a bunch of times. Then, like, I probably added 1,000 Hunter wins to my total with like Harpoon Gun Beast Hunter. For Mage, it's definitely Rise of Shadows, like Year of the Dragon Quest Mage is definitely my most played Mage deck for sure. That was like the only deck I was playing that year. Not the only, but like close. All basically the only deck I played that year was Rise of Shadows Quest Mage. Like the Year of the Dragon Quest Mage. That was from like before the bird, before Licensed Adventurer mostly too. Oh my goodness, we finally drew it. So yeah. Then Mage, Paladin. It's got to be Odd Paladin. Must be. There are Paladin decks I've liked more than Odd Paladin, but like, I think I've easily played the most Odd Paladin. Oh, this is like just in time too. I need to rush this thing. So cool. It's sad we don't get to. It's sad we don't get to get a juicier one, but like he's still pretty juicy, and I needed him, so good deal. Druko, thank you so much for the prime. For Priest, it's Raza Priest, surely. It's like the only deck I like in Priest. Then for Rogue, Kingsbane Rogue, not even close. For Shaman, Shudderwalk Shaman. And, like, especially if you can just add everything that has a Shudderwalk in it together. Of course, it's Shudderwalk Shaman. But, like, non-Reno dedicated Shudderwalk Shaman, Shudderwalk Piles, you know, that's definitely the one I play the most. I haven't played this yet either. I'm going to take this. Try to play all the things I haven't played yet. How scared should I be? Am I like a devolve away from losing? What if I trade for the sake of content to play my beetle guy? So yeah, Shudderwalk Shaman. For Warrior, it's probably Even Warrior at this point, actually. Like, Even Warrior is the first deck that felt like it was doing things that I liked about Warrior ever since they initially nerfed Fiery War Axe. I spammed that into the ground. What was the most played Paladin? Odd Paladin. Oh, we just win? I can play it. Get out of my nest. Beep. And then for Warlock, it's either Handlock or it's Dark Lair, I assume. I put in a lot of reps on Dark Lair in the year that deck was playable. Like, from Scalomance when it got all of its synergy cards, through Demon Seed when it stopped being an interesting deck, like, and then was eventually deleted. I put in a lot of Dark Lair games, so, yeah. Let's see. See how this one's looking. So that was an 8-minute win, then we had a 6-minute win, so 14 minutes. 4 is 18, and 7 is 25, and 9 is 34. So yeah, last game. Okay, so let me play this Reno DK. Does Hands have a Blood Rune? It has 2. It has 2. Is there anything else I should put in here? Was there like a new set card I could put in? Not really. Not unless I wanted to make the deck worse for no reason. Would I put Celestial Alignment in your top 5 decks of all time? Do you mean Celestial Alignment or do you mean Astral Communion? Because Astral Communion is a funny deck that I enjoy, and and like Celestial Alignment is the combo version of Big Priest. I don't know, it's so boring. I like Celestial Alignment is not only the most frustrating, like one of the most frustrating decks I've ever faced, but also like incredibly boring to play. Any like speak now or hold your peace, you potatoes. Any changes? Any change-a-roonies? Making the deck worse for no reason is an idea. It is an idea. Is it a good idea though? You like the 9-mana fire dragon? You want me to put in hot garbage? Oh, do you mean like top 5 most powerful decks of all time? No. No KJ, no. No Zilliax? Should I have Zilliax? Seems good. We could cut this stupid Mindbreaker. Where is it? What else is bad? Why do I have Bran in here? Bran goes with Mixologist. Connie, hell yeah. This, I guess. Like this. That. Okay, it's got some funnies. I don't think it's got enough funnies. I should cut it, huh? Bran seems bad. Is Mograine an ETC? I'm going to tell you something really unfortunate about Mograine. Alright. 1, 2, 3 blood runes. 1, 2, 2 blood runes. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bran Astalori Ysera package? Is that a package? Is that a good package? I could do that. I don't know that I'll actually pull it off. I don't have a... That allows me to not run this dumb thing, so yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Ysera, Astalor, and now our brand makes more sense. Wasn't there something else I was going to add in here? Didn't I mention something? Zilliax, yes, and we also need Timeline Accelerator if I'm doing that. What are my counts looking like now? Too many 2s. Do I have to run buttons? What if I don't run buttons? What then? What if I take it back, chat? What if I take it all back? You know what? I'll run the new guy. I'll run the new one. I'll run the stupid new guy. He's new, right? Why shouldn't I run the new guy? And then... do we want excavate cards? We can't run enough of them in this. Zilliax, yes. And accelerator. Silly Zilly. Which Silly Zilly should I play? I feel like I have too many expensive stuff and I should run the 7 cost one, right? So, the big juicy one and that one. And we just played Arthas, so now we should play what? Bolvar?
The world of the living.
I still can't believe they made those new imposter cards in Cavern Set. New imposter cards in the Cavern Set. Ooh, it's adjust the scale time.
Bolvar versus Uther. I will fight with honor.
Oh yeah, for sure, Guava. Yeah. Hey, Buttons. Aren't you funny?
I see you've brought game.
Look at him giving himself bunny ears. I just noticed that. Stupid Buttons and his bunny ears. Hello, expensive Ziliax. Oh no. That means
Your wish is my suggestion.
that means Librams, right? When are we getting the Rogue Tourist signature so we can play Hostage Rogue? Oh, I know, right? Yeah. I stopped hunting for it. I got tired. I was like, nah. No thank you. I'm over it. You can't wait for the Razzle Dazzler revert. You miss Buttons, even DK. Me too. That was a pretty funny payoff, I think. Also, I like how with that deck they were like, alright, well, we wanted this deck to be a thing, so we're going to discount it enough that it could be a thing. And then they didn't want it to be a thing anymore, so they reverted it, and now it's just gone, right? Like, I don't know. It's funny. Trying to decide if I want to coin this out or not.
What is
Maybe I want to save my coin for the new Bungus. I think not as much as I want to have good tempo. They nerfed Magma to not hit phase 2. It's true. It's true. Chat, when Threads rotates, do you think it's going back to 2 or it's going back to 1? Thoughts on how to categorize the hair color of someone who is bald for something like a driver's license? Do you think bald, unknown, or none is more fitting? Renee says eyebrow hair. I think you would put whatever the hair color would be if they had hair, right? Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I guess. Chat, am I in danger? Oh, this is nice. That's kind of nice. Pretty good timing on that, I think. Transparent. It's going back to 2 for sure. You think so? Like, none of the other... I don't know. The DK nerfs have been awkward. Like, they haven't been really considered for even. And since DK doesn't get played in Wild, I feel like they would just revert it to its most powerful state. Hey! Wait, that's kind of bad, huh? Because, like, this would have been pretty good there.
These texts! I cannot read them.
I can still play Ziliax. Can you stop, by the way? Holy moly. Holy guacamole, chat. Oh, that's just cheating. That's just cheating. Now we need to top deck the coin. Alright, well. There's no chance to win, right?
I must step
Razzle might not get reverted. You know, they have a rule where if the card gets buffed, they nerfed again, they don't revert. I don't know that they have a rule, but it tends to go that way. It has, like, buffed cards that had their buffs taken away have been rebuffed before. First example of that was Dawn Grasp hero card. I wish they would put an intern on some numbers only wild changes. There are so many cool effects that are way overcosted for modern wild. Agree. They didn't revert Blightfang to its powerful state. It's true. That's another one that I like think about when I think about things. It's like, like Blightfang had its nerf reverted. It didn't have its buff reverted. Like, it got nerfed from 3 to 4 mana. It was buffed from 3 health to 4 health, and the buff was taken away. So they unnerfed it. They just didn't rebuff it, which, like, they usually don't rebuff cards. So, I assume they'll put Threads back in its most powerful state, given that they don't really think about even. But you never know. The whole StarCraft mini set was basically gutted when they were over it. Yeah. 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 Alright, Ping Ping. That's even your real name. Time for you to get swarmed by my little beetles. I really like this portrait. I don't have it yet. I don't think I'm at 100. I think it's a level 100 portrait. Chat, do you think I'm going to play this to good effect this game? Do you think I'm going to get to 9 mana and then absolutely destroy my opponent with Fyrek, the Blazing? The Blazing? I imagine most, if most or all of the StarCraft mini set will be reverted. Real. It's still funny that it got, like, gutted. As soon as it wasn't the most recent content, right? Like, oh my. Chat, I'm in danger. Chat, help. Like for standard, which is where this stuff is meant to be bought, right? You're meant to buy cards for standard mostly. Like, to buy the mini set and then have it be trash after it's, you know, only been around so long. I don't know. I hate the current balance cadence so bad. I can't stand how frequently we nerf everything that's remotely playable. I was looking at Jordan MG was doing a video on something, and that required looking back on past balance changes. And I was looking at the history of balances. So the balance policy changed in 2020. If you look at Year of the Phoenix balance changes, there are more balance changes in that year than like all of the previous years combined. Like if you look back at all those older years, you know, they'll change like 4 to 5 cards in a year, right? Like they'll change a couple of cards to 5 cards, you know, like that's how all the years went before. And then in Ashes they were like, people don't actually quit the game when you change cards. What if we just change all the cards now? What then? And so that's how it's been ever since. Which I think is a bummer. Like, you can't get attached to cards, right? Like, you can't fall in love with the game because it's gonna get tweaked all the time. And I think in the past year-ish, they've slowed down. And if you compare that to how it's been since 2020, then it seems like less nerfs. But it's still, like, when they do change things, they still change a ton of things. And, like, you know, to the point that led us here, like, they gutted the StarCraft set. So, like... I honestly don't like that they constantly change cards. I like to memorize their stats text, but with constant changes, it's impossible. Yeah.
The menagerie is for guests only.
The menagerie is for guests only.
The citadel stands strong.
Boop. They seem to hit outliers now rather than nerfs for the sake of it. They had to put StarCraft, in my opinion. They had to get StarCraft, in my opinion, because otherwise it would dominate still. I don't think cards that came out a couple months ago should be irrelevant, right? Like, the fact that cards that came out a few months before were still top tier cards is not a negative to me. That's for card games, to me, that's bizarre. That, like, a deck being a strong deck for, you know, more than a few months needs to be changed. I don't know. And like, they do it for a good reason, obviously, right? Like, in order for, like, to maintain short attention spans, they need there to be constant change, right? So, like, and the people that produce the most money for Hearthstone are the people who can afford to just buy a new deck every time. So it's not like, you know, it's not like it's a bad decision from a business standpoint, but from a, I want to fall in love with this game and, you know, enjoy it from a card game standpoint, nuking things because they're still the best deck in the game after you release new content doesn't make sense. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I wonder if they already scheduled nerfs for cards before they're even issued for Hearthstone. I wouldn't go that far, but when Ixar was still doing AMAs, he said that they release cards strong with intent to nerf them. So, like, Secret Passage, like, that type of stuff. They'll release them strong on purpose so that they can be exciting when you get them, and then with intent to dial them back after they've been live for a bit. Which is my least favorite way to do that type of thing. And I understand why they would do it. I'm not saying it's like a bad idea depending on what your goals are, but for me, that is not good. Well, I don't know. We could get rid of one of their cards with 8 hands. Is that good? Hopefully that means I'll top deck Reno soon, because I am, like, out of health. I guess I can play either Primus or Zilliax to try to heal up. Oh my goodness. Don't high roll that hard! What are you doing? Chat, that is unbelievable. What is my... Well, what I needed to draw was Reno Lone Ranger, right? Jeepers. Jeepers, chat. Jeepers. I should have magma'd. You're right. You're right. You're 100% right. You're right. Fyrek would have cleared 100%. There we go. Jeepers. I don't know if any hand shuffles the deck, but you put it on the bottom of the deck. Oh, I see. Would I rather be a turtle? Maybe. Personally, I don't enjoy how central game balancing has become the culture of game communities. Feels like people forget about having fun because of some aggregate win percentage. Yeah. Yeah. Playing Pokemon made me appreciate how letting cards and metas settle and develop on their own works. New decks are constantly innovated, and metas are constantly evolving naturally instead of being artificially changed and forced in a certain direction. Yeah, I totally missed that from Hearthstone. It's like, it's okay for a deck to be the best deck. It's okay, like, a deck being a clear best deck opens up a lot of opportunity for an individual to make something interesting. Because you know what you have to play against, so you can like build your deck with that in mind. And like you can still have that if you're playing Hearthstone a lot. If you're playing Hearthstone too much, like I do, then you can still have that to a degree. I don't really play as much Hearthstone as I used to, but like, you know, if you're spamming it an unhealthy amount, then yeah, you can still have that kind of like, you know, tweaking for a meta mastery of something. But like, you shouldn't have to play Hearthstone night and day to like, you know, find all the intricacies of the meta. It's just like, you know, with that balance policy, it's not really my type of game in the same way anymore. So, which is fine. Like, if Hearthstone doesn't live or die with me. Dr. Moon felt like a line in the sand on Ben Brode wanting metas to develop over nerfing. Dr. Moon felt like a line in the sand on Ben Brode wanting metas to... I'm not sure what you mean. If they wanted Dr. Boom not to be like the most played Hearthstone card, what they should have done is they should have released some more 7 costs that were good. Because the reason Dr. Boom was as good as it was wasn't because it was oppressively powerful. It was because it was the only good thing. It was the only thing as good as it was at that mana cost. So like, if you're gonna play a 7-drop, you were playing Dr. Boom. Because like, why wouldn't you? And if Dr. Boom hadn't existed, you weren't gonna play a 7-drop that wasn't Dr. Boom. You were gonna play nothing in that slot. So like, all they had to do, they didn't have to nerf Dr. Boom. All they had to do was like release more 7s that were good. They don't change new Raza back on rotation. I'm going to have a cow, not because I play the deck, but out of sheer principles. I assume they will. But, yeah, you never know.
It's your time now.
Dr. Wargolem. Yeah, if only if only they had, I guess I want to steal their main health. My opponent's playing Corrupt the Waters. If only they had nerfed Dr. Boom, then War Golem would have seen play. Then it would have seen play. Look at all my corpses. I have 7 whole corpses and nothing to do with them. What does this deck do with corpses? Airlock Breach. Is that it? Wow, is that really it? Oh, and Corpse Explosion. Very good, very good. Yeah, maybe there should be a second Corpse Explosion in my ETC. Does it freak you guys out when my picture suddenly disappears? So you're saying Dr. Boom is a bad card and only sees play out of sheer lack of other good things? No, I think it's a good card. It's just like it gets a reputation of being broken because it was played in every deck. But it was the only good 7. It wasn't so good of a 7 that it pushed out the other 7s. It was like the only good 7. So this and this is 5 cards, this is 1 card. So if I play this and this, I will still get all 5 of my leeches out. Yes. Really carefully, hate you. I should put a chat on screen so you guys can see stuff like that. Stuff that I wouldn't otherwise read out. But yeah, no, the Dr. Boom was definitely not a bad card. I didn't mean to imply that at all. It was a good card. It was just like, it was the only one. It wasn't the only broken card. It was the only good card. So, you were either playing... It was the only 7 cost card that was worth putting in a deck. And since it was neutral, it just went in everything. Oh my goodness, they couldn't clear my leeches, chat. They're gonna get leeched into the next world, chat. What are they thinking? What am I thinking, by the way? Am I thinking of bloodlusting them? Do you think it'll let me? I get 2 shots at this. Poop. I hate you so much, Zephyrus. Your stupid face. Stupid dumb idiot face. I guess I'll do this. Why not? Get rid of this thing. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Too sad to worry about what could have been. When are we gonna get the next Twist announcement? I mean, like... I have to assume, I do not have advanced knowledge on Twist. Nobody does that I know of. So, like, I can talk freely about this based on my opinions. Because I have no information to hide. I think that Twist is just not getting more support. I think it's going to get retired or something. Like, it's just not, it didn't work out. They're not doing more modes. They want to focus on Standard and Battlegrounds for now. I wouldn't expect anything else from Twist. Like maybe some repeats, maybe we get one more new mode just to send it off or something, but like the behavior surrounding Twist is not behavior that surrounds like we're going to invest in Twist. I think it's never coming back. I like what other conclusion is there to draw, right? Like if they believed in Twist, would it be down for this many months at a time? I think they're just over it. This many months at a time and with so little communication on it, right? Like it's just that it's like I don't know. If they wanted us to remember Twist, would it still be down for this long? It's been like, hasn't it been almost a year since the last new Twist mode? Right? Wasn't that June, July? Yeah, Whizbang's workshop was June, July, right? And then after July, when it went down, it was nothing until the Repeat of Wonders. Now it's been nothing until almost back to a year since the last new Twist mode. You don't do that if you think Twist is going to be, if you're going to like invest in Twist. I think they're going to take it away. Like maybe not, maybe we'll get another Twist mode before they take it away, but I think, you know, it's going away. Reno, can I give you this? Oh, that'd be that. I just wanted it out of my space. But if you were gonna make more, I'd be into it.
The last act of sacrifice is mine.
Sure.
I see you've brought. I see you've brought guests.
Yeah, I've decided not to be upset about Twist anymore. I'm over it. I like even if Twist was active, I can't play it because my queue times are too high. So it's like, I don't know. They want me to forget about Twist, so I will. it like I don't even know who to be upset at, right? Because I'm pretty sure if I'm pretty sure the creatives in charge of Twist are as sad as we are about it, right? And I have to assume, because we have so little communication, I have to assume that nobody's allowed to talk about it. So like, not only are they probably disappointed too, but they also can't talk about it. And I have no reason, I have no reason other than the rampant silence to assume this, by the way. So like, grain of salt everything I'm saying right now. The only thing I can assume is that they're not allowed to work on it anymore, and they're also not allowed to talk about it for whatever reason. So like, it is what it is. It's damaged my love of Hearthstone, right? It was like Mercenaries set that up, and Twist finished it off. So like, you know, whatever. But like, you know, it's no use like being like, oh my gosh, really another month of no Twist? Well, they clearly don't want us to play Twist, right? They're clearly not working on that anymore. So like it's not worth being surprised every time a new month comes out and there's no Twist, in my opinion. I think it's, you know, it's done. I want to shut off their various Highlander things that I'm assuming they must have. So I'm doing that. Duels died for this? I don't think Duels died for Twist. I think Duels was not a popular mode for a very long time, and modes in general were getting shut down for not being lucrative. I don't think the existence of Twist led to the destruction of Duels. I think the popularity that Duels was getting by its end needed to happen a year sooner for Duels to stay on, you know. It was just bad timing. I wouldn't blame that on Twist. Is there a good place in Discord to suggest decks / archetypes for Martian to play on stream? If you want, like in general, in my general chat, if you ever want to say, hey Marshy, when you play next, do you want to play this thing? If you really want to have a high chance of getting a deck that you want to see played by suggesting something in my Discord, what you should do is you should ask me when my next stream is, and then on that day suggest it to me. Hey, what about this today? Or like the night before. I don't know. I guess that's bad advice, because sometimes I just wake up and I'm not in the mood to work on something. So if you were gonna let me know in advance, like, hey, what if you played this on stream, then I might think about it or work on it in advance and not do a last minute thing that I'm too tired to figure out. So anyways, just in general chat. Like, man, I would also kill for some solo content. Yeah, I do wonder if, like, Dungeon Run was too successful for its own good. It's like, I know multiple people who, like, I got to play Hearthstone that quit playing Standard and only played Dungeon Run once Dungeon Run came out. Like, I got them to play Hearthstone because I was into Hearthstone, and then they were playing regular Hearthstone. They were happy with it. But then Dungeon Run came out, and it was free, and it was fun, and so they stopped playing the mode that makes money. So I do wonder if, like, Dungeon Run was just too successful. My wife really liked it too, but she wasn't into Constructed. Next stream is X Days, where X is the amount of decks played today. Yeah. So I'm going to play 2 decks today. I played the Even DK earlier, and I'm playing this DK now. And so the Even DK will go out tonight, the Reno DK will go out tomorrow, and so my next stream is on Wednesday. Although we're, based on our various timings, we're probably going to start doing more night streams. Because that is sometimes more convenient for our various goals. And I'm not going to play you. There are too many plagues in my opponent's deck. So, yeah, we might start seeing a lot of night streams, depending. So it could be Tuesday night. It's either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, depending on when we want to start implementing night streams instead. Making a mode that was fun. How could Blizzard do this to us? But yeah, so like the mode prevented the mode prevented other people, or like the mode disincentivized people to spend money on Hearthstone. So I think that's why duels or Dungeon Run specifically stopped getting new versions. I wish that they'd like go back and try to make a version that people that like pays well, because like Renee really loved Dungeon Runs. She played a lot of it, and she bought the like Renee doesn't spend money on games, and she bought both of the pay Dungeon Runs. So is After Hours Martian where we hear stuff like butt and pee on stream? I could say pee butt more. I have no problem with that. Renee, what do you think? Oh, she's out of earshot. It's really funny to say butt and pee while she's around because she'll roll her eyes at me. So my streak of asking for Enrage Odin Warrior might be a bit more successful on Discord as opposed to YouTube contents? No. Not necessarily. Because, like, I'm not going to play a deck that I don't want to play on a given day. Because depending on where you put it, right? When it comes to the YouTube streaks, at a certain point, if you commit to it, once that number starts getting into the triple digits, even if I don't want to play something, I'll feel obligated to because I appreciate that you commented so many times. That's how the YouTube streak one works. That's not a you were doing it in the wrong place thing. That's a, well, this person really wants me to play this, so I guess I'll play it type of thing. What is my over-the-top plan here? I guess just to kill him with plagues, right? That's all I can do. Oh, I meant the 30s, yes, not actual triple digits, my bad. I'm bad at words. But yes, like once people start getting close to having it's not like you have to get to 30 before I will consider playing your deck, but it's like if I don't want to play a deck, even like once it starts getting to 30 days in a row, then I'm like, all right, I'll play this anyway. It doesn't matter. So, but like I don't hate the idea of Enrage Odin Warrior necessarily either. So like you shouldn't feel that way, but yeah. Will it save these cards if I do this? Do they still get ruined in the deck? I feel like he should get rid of their enchantments, but... Oh no, it's gonna take 8 hands? Yeah. It might if I play this, right? It should fix it. What do I want to play? I'd like to get rid of this.
You've been in tighter scrapes, Reno.
I still have Hideous in my deck. Aw, bummer. Bummer. Draw some of your plagues. Not my wholesome Martian, yeah. Not old pee-pee poo-poo Martian. Renee, how do you feel about me saying pee-pee poo-poo a lot on stream? No. See, 8 hands ain't toasty no more, true. Also, I feel like a problem with duels was the fact that the whole concept of PvP dungeon run mode kept getting boiled down into having a very bland meta that never really had any room for experimentation. Because you always wanted very specific deck building to find very specific treasures since they were too many low rolls. I heard that there was like a really good bucket system at one point that got ruined for the most recent one. I don't know enough about duels to say what that was, but I heard it existed. Okay, I do not have any clears. I think I put them all in my other hand, right? Put them all in my other hand. Like I had them all in my other hand, right? Ooh, hey Reno. Well, I don't want to take damage from this. And I guess I'll just play this. Yay! Actually hitting some plagues. Give me a few more of those. Also, let me shoot face. Yeah, that's true. Previous iteration of the bucket system was okay, and then they spaghetti coated it. You hate to see it. Are you considering Hydralodon or King Crush as your firstborn's middle name? No, but maybe I should. Maybe I should, chat. Hydralodon. Hydralodon. Exterminator. I could do this. Predictable. I think I need to get rid of that one. Because that one's going to hurt me in my face, and I don't like it. Fistful of Corpses seems good. I don't know, maybe I should have hit this one just because I could only hit that one by that type of means. You like gaining 12 health here? Bran Brightwing seems good. You mean Blight Fang? That does seem good. Does seem good. Not that no more tickets. That could have been worse. Oh. I think that hurt them more than me. Right? Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have Corpse Explosion, but... Lone Ranger out is amazing. Yeah, it was pretty good, huh? So yeah, I'm gonna do this now. Because that was a really good idea. And then... I guess I'll do this. That seemed horrible for the opponent? I think so, yeah. Wow. This person is actively hurting my feelings. I don't like it. Next turn, we will Reno Jackson. Wait, they're not going to kill the brand? Seems really strange. Our base health is so massive. Yeah, this Reno's going to be pretty exciting. Why leave up the brand? That's crazy to me. That's crazy sauce. I don't know that I want to draw 6 cards, chat. I won't lie to you. Oh, so pretty fun Reno. And we got to do it twice. The Reno's so nice, we did it twice. Yeah, I'll just let the brand do stuff, I guess. Thank you! Draw some more of those. What are you doing? They have so many in deck, chat. They have 9 plagues in deck, 7 plagues in deck. 7, right? And they're just not drawing them. What are they doing over there? I'll miss you, my sweet leeches. My sweet spagoos. It'll leave the brand up again. It's just interesting. Okay, now they'll kill it. I was like, wow. Thank you. What can I say except spaghetti? I miss Bran. Bran would have known what to do here. That minion needs a turn to get ready. A Symbiote, thank you so much for the 14 months, my friend. How are you? How come we don't use Signature Reno anymore? Because I kind of like Diamond better, but it's kind of lateral. And when I auto-populate Reno, it chooses the Diamond one. I think for this list, I started with something that looked like pretty different and tweaked it until it got to where it is now. I think I usually still choose the signature one when I actually go find Reno and put it in. But yeah, when I enter our code, you know, it'll auto-populate the diamond one. And I don't like the signature one better enough to change it, you know. The double Blyflang is putting in some work. Yeah, it's pretty funny. You know what's not putting in work? Plagues. That's the stupid, it's the stupid Kill Jaden, isn't it? Is it not? Oh, neat. Alright, so we still, you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. That needs to die. I'm over it.
The runes decide your fate.
Give me consecration. No, that's good though. Guess that one. I may have messed up there. Not sure. But yeah, we can do this and this. Oh, I forgot about the spell damage. My bad, chat. Chat, I suck. My bad. My bad, my bad. Don't we need Primus for Velen? What does he do to Velen? He just destroys it. He doesn't remove things from the game, does he? Yeah, destroy an enemy minion. Marshy, wasting value live on stream. It's true. It's true. I could Zephyr's Felon. The light will guide us through every corner of among us. I can't believe how few plagues they've drawn this game. I know they're running a 40 card deck, but I put a lot of plagues in there. Right? I didn't put just... Well, okay, they can't use those ever, so it's not that exciting, but still. It's pretty exciting. Yay! Yay, plagues. Right, we need to draw that other thing now. Shaken or stirred. Eh. Nice. It's a good hit. I like the part where we can actually hit them in the face again. It's pretty cool. Someday they'll get down to just the plagues left in their deck. I'll feel like I can play this card. Good job, plagues. Way to show up, finally. Hey, Ogre. Hey, Jonas.
If power is what you seek, knowledge is what I provide.
Wonder what's on top. Alright. I can... I guess what I'd really like to do is mind control it, huh? So how do I do that? I'm really worried old Zephy's is not going to give me what I want. Please give me Hex. Please. Oh, neat. Alright, cool. Cool. I like how I have enough health to, like, have a little bit of, just a, you know, a little bit of a buffer. But yeah, I'm, like, out of value, right? At a certain point, we're just gonna have to rip this and hope that it's enough. Interesting. guess I'll just get rid of the thing that's chonking me for 7. I didn't play a Draenei, right? You're thinking of Pyroblast range? Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Oh, yeah, it's probably just a way better idea, yeah. And you're right, you're right. Oh, I did play the draw card one. No, it got burned. It got burned. We're fine. Alright, chat. Are we gonna lose this one? I think... Lethal on board? I could trade the oil in and return to avoid fatigue. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, don't beat this one. Yikes. This is looking grim. It would be, you know, a game of all time to lose, huh? I hate that I can't press this turn. It sucks. Whee! Alt in face! That was like... almost as bad as it could have gone. Alright. So we'll do that, and then they'll draw... Oh, they can't draw any plagues, right? Too bad. Too bad. Womp 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 womp.
Never give up. Run away.
That's actually okay because I don't feel too bad. I feel a little bad about it, but I don't feel too bad just because I haven't posted a member video in a minute, so at least I have a member video now. GG's, bro. GG's. If I'd won that, I would be done for stream today. That was a 28-minute game. Too bad.
Bulba versus Queen Ashara.
My music will wash over you.
The last act of sacrifice.
The last act of sacrifice. Here's my potatoes. Wow.
I see you've brought guests.
Romelo. Romeo. Romeo. Robungus. Trying to think of what I was supposed to do today. I know there are marshy tasks meant to be accomplished. Don't remember what they were. I'm sure if I talk to Renee, she'll remember. Well, I suppose I should do this. It's not really playing on curve. I don't think leaving that up was a good idea. My big marshy conclusion. Why didn't Zeph give you a Pyroblast last game? Because they were at 11 health. Good afternoon, Marshy. Did you see the Pokemon cards I got that I put in the Discord? Maybe? Maybe I didn't.
It's your time now.
Oh, you, let's see. Yeah, so you rolled the Pokemon Fan Club, and you got the shiny Ho-Oh, or the golden Ho-Oh, and the full art Cynthia's Garchomp. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I did see the Bonsley Fan Club, and it got me thinking, like, I don't actually have one of those yet. I need to, like, get one before the price is completely unreasonable, and so, like, that caused me to go look and see what they were at. More expensive than the last time I looked for sure, but not, like, ungettable, so I'll probably get one of those soon. Shaking or stirred. Maybe I do want something that nukes my own board, actually. Is this it? No, it's still... Is this just, like, Ping Mage? Like, real Ping Mage? Ow. Real Ping Mage, you say? What a concept. I kind of want to play Bran Okani next turn. Surely Zephyrs gives me Acidic Swamp Ooze, you big butt. Big stinky poop. Zephyrs! Sure, I don't know. Most confusing mage you ever seen, not gonna lie, real. It's like $20 now, so it's not too bad, but I saw it and knew you had to get it, yeah. It's like, it's a supporter with a Bonsley on it, so like, I really want one for that reason, but... and it's also like, I guess I'm too late to get a playset. It's a card that we might see come back for standard, so it'd be nice to have a playset of it. What can this be? This can be... I don't remember. It can be Counterspell, and it can be Ice Barrier, right? That's what it can be. It can't be Objection. This doesn't make Objection.
Just use more.
You know what? My plan is dumb, which makes me feel bad about the trade I just made, because I want to do this now. And like... yeah. All right, repeat after me. Rude.
I can take him.
Not sure why you'd clear my last minion before doing that. We're dead, right? Like, this doesn't have to be that high for us to be dead with all those triggers. It could be in a black, white, and set. It's just the type of thing that, like, comes back every once in a while. World's first mage that doesn't want 7 minions on board for the Buddy Apprentice turn. I know, right? So I'm in this Discord for Score DBZ, which is it's a 30-year-old card game. It's been 30 years since the game last got an update. And so there's some people who are like trying to keep the game alive, which is cool because I love that game. It's funny, like they're in here, they've been having a big discussion all morning about an obscure ruling from a game that's been dead for a long time. It's just funny, like, because normally, if a game is alive, you ask somebody who knows, and then they tell you, and then you're fine. But, like, they're basically analyzing ancient texts to determine how a card interaction works. Pretty silly. Imbue Mage must feel like what Quest Rogue did back in the day. It's horrible against the decks it's bad against and oppressive against the decks it's good into. Yep. Yep. For a combo that keeps making people want to think about nerfing Buddy or Apprentice or whatever, would it ever be worth to just make Mages Imbue hit minions only, or is that falling under the realm of extremely stupid nerf? Why would you suggest this? So the reason that that's an extremely stupid nerf, and why would you suggest it? All right. So like I use those words for comic value. That's not how I feel about your suggestion. I'm trying, by the way, chat. I'm trying to dial it back. Like very recently, I've been thinking like, why do I always talk to everyone like they're stupid when they say something stupid? Because like, some things to me are like, of course that's not a good answer, or of course that's not a consideration, because I've had my nose in Hearthstone as much as I have for so many years. But like, not everyone is the same way, right? Like, a lot of people have very healthy relationships with this game. So if they're considering sticky fingers in their Hearthstone deck, like it doesn't mean they're stupid. Like, it doesn't mean that that's a bad question, or like like it doesn't have merits of consideration, right? It doesn't mean those things. It just means they haven't had their nose stuck in Hearthstone the same way I have for the past few years. So recently I've decided, like, Martian, you need to step back, be chill with people, because they're just not as stupid as you are for having your nose in this game the way that you have the past few years. It's not that they're stupid, it's that you're stupid. So, like, talk to people like what they said makes sense. I want to go back to the good old days when, instead of like, teasing people, I would actually explain my logic for things. Anyways, I only repeated what you said because I thought it was funny to repeat it back the way that you said it, not because I actually feel like that was a stupid statement. So the reason that that's not a consideration, right? The reason that that's not a consideration is because I said so, honestly, right? The real answer is because Imbue Mage is a standard synergy. Why are we going to nerf it for Wild, right? So Wild is a mode that exists because it has to exist to justify rotations. They want you to play standard. Cards are printed for standard. The reason there's a separation between standard and wild in the first place is so that they can design new cards and strategies, mechanics, around not everything that's ever existed. So they're not going to nerf a standard mechanic like Imbue because of a wild issue like Imbue Mage is in Wild. Reckless is getting changed, though, you think? It's so sad Reckless gets nerfed when he was been fine for years. If Reckless is getting nerfed, it's news to me. Did they say it? Where did they say Reckless is getting nerfed? Would you say there is a good Reno deck craftable? With good, I mean compared to other Reno decks. Reno Paladin is the best one. There are several of them that are decent enough to craft. Like, Reno decks are fine right now. I'm in a... When did I get in a Reno DK mirror? How long have I been in this Reno DK mirror, chat? Anyways. So, this is gonna steal 2. So I trade off one of these. I mean, what else do you nerf? I'm just assuming. Well, that's assuming that like Imbue Mage even gets a wild nerf, right? If I was going to nerf something for wild Imbue Mage, it would be Reckless Apprentice, but like I have no reason to believe that's happening. Honestly, nerf could hit Singalong Buddy for the simple fact that it's Imbue Hunter in Standard 2. If Singalong Buddy gets nerfed, it will be for Standard, and it'll be nice for wild because you know, Singalong Buddy is causing problems over here too. But it's not going to get nerfed for wild. So I have 11, 12, 16 damage on board. I have 16 damage on board. If I do this, it could be 18. If I do this, it could be 23. So we just win. Excuse me. I feel like I need to play Fyrak at some point. Someday. What about making Reckless Apprentice not usable with non-targeted hero powers? It seems unintuitive that it works in the first place. So when it says fire your hero power at each enemy, that is Hearthstone text for use your hero power a number of times equal to each opposing character and target that character if possible. Like that's like, you know, closer to what would be written if it was an MTG card. But Hearthstone doesn't write its cards like MTG does. So once the text would be too much, then they sum it up in a way like fire your hero power at whatever. So, I mean, you could change it to like only a targeted hero power would work. For me, it works the way that is intuitive. Like it works the way that I would expect it, or would expect it to work. But I mean, like, you could change that, I guess. I don't know. Like, you wouldn't even change the wording, right? You would just change the way that it works. I think that's a fundamental Hearthstone change. So I think that they only do that if it, like... I think they would only make that change if they're never planning to do something similar again. And I don't know that they want to do that. So my impulse is it's not a good change, but yeah. How would you feel if instead of the rope, or maybe in tandem with the rope, Hearthstone got a chess clock set? I don't know, 10 minutes. If I hadn't drawn this, I would play Timeline Accelerator there. Alright, there's the bees. Neat. Cube, thank you so much for the prime, my friend. How are you? So yeah, that is the problem with chess clocks, is that if you're just like, if you get 10 minutes, then people can just kind of like waste your time.
The menagerie is for guests only.
Like that happens in MTG Arena a lot, is like, and even sometimes in Pokemon, is people will have won the game and they'll spend a bunch of extra time just because they know they can waste 5 minutes of your time, and until they reveal their lethal. So it's like when someone ropes lethal, it's like that, but instead of a minute, it's like, you know, 5 to 10 minutes, you know, depending. What I've always wanted to do, like what I would do if I was going to make a card game, like a digital card game, is have it be like the rope system, but you can earn extra time on following turns by playing quickly, and you can lose time on your turns by playing slowly. So that would encourage you to, like, when you have, and I'm not talking like a lot of time. So like, let's say the right time for an average, like, you know, the base time for a turn is like a minute, right? Like that's too little for Hearthstone, but like, let's just say, you know, it's a minute. Just for the sake of like having a example we can internalize or whatever. Oh boo. Oh boo. Boo. I don't want to attack with this because it might be trap, and I don't want that to get trapped. So basing it off of like a minute, right? If you like finish your turn within the first, you know, 40 seconds of that, right? If you don't use the last 20 seconds of your time, then afterwards, on the, you know, the next turn, you get 75 seconds for your turn. And if you finish your turn within the first 40 seconds again, the turn after, you know, starting the turn after, you can have up to like 90 seconds on your turn, something like that. And like capping at that point. That way, if you have a deck that requires a lot of time to like do its big thing, you can play at a pace that's good and earn that extra time for yourself for when you need it in a little bit. But then if you're like, you know, if you're roping on turn one, you know, if you get to like, you know, the last 15 seconds, so like let's say you get into the last, you know, you spend over 45 seconds on your first turn, then next turn, instead of a minute, you only have 50 seconds. And then if you go to the last, you know, if you use more than 40 seconds on that turn, you'll go down to 40 seconds for subsequent turns. So that way it rewards, but like capping at that, like we don't want them to go down to like no time on the turn, right? Like you earn a little bit of extra time if you're playing expediently, and you lose time if you're playing slowly. Yes, thank you, Glabo. This is, you know, we'll play it for the sake of our video. Hey, because we're Reno, that actually mattered. Pretty fun. Those are some good spells so far. Look at all my dark gifts. Anyways, yeah, that's something I would like. If you played slowly in Ruteri, if you played slowly, you'd lose time on other turns, and every action gave you more time. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do like per action. I just like I want slow players to get punished for playing slowly, and I want people who are playing at a pace that makes sense to get more time. That's all I want. I don't want like to like reward strategies that require lots of actions necessarily, depending on the game. It's just like it's not my answer to making APM decks more playable. It's my answer to having a good system like the rope system without having it be exploitable by people who want to just waste your time. Right? That's all I'm saying. Getting punished for playing APM? No, so I think it would help APM, right? Because as long as you're playing quickly on your non-APM turns, you get a little bit of extra time to spend on your APM turn. And then, so like if you need to use all that time, you know, like it helps for that type of thing. You know, on the turns where you really need to think a lot, or the turns where you need to play a lot of actions, you have extra time under that system, as long as you're playing at a decent pace on the previous one. That was in response to Hisoka. Oh. How about you lose 1 gold every second you rope? Alright. So that was 8 minutes. I currently have 13 and 8, so 20 math. 21. So I need at least 10 more minutes. I do think Imbue is kind of a failure of a mechanic outside of Priest. They all devolve the game so much. Chat, I remember predicting that Imbue was going to get the reception that Questlines got once it went live, because it's kind of that same thing, right? Where it's just kind of aggressive inevitability, right? Like you will be doing damage at a like game-ending damage at a certain point. You know, it's crushing inevitability. I didn't correctly predict that, you know, the power level was going to be low enough that they weren't going to be good decks. But it's funny, after enough nerfs that Imbue is starting to see play, they are pretty hated. It's just like, you know, it's kind of similar to the quest lines in that way, I think. Do I consider that a failure of a mechanic? I wouldn't word it so harshly. I wouldn't have designed the hunter deck the way it was designed, I guess. Like with King Plush still available. I don't know how I feel about Imbue Mage in a vacuum. Actually, you know what? Kind of in opposite to what you said. I feel like the failure there was the Priest one. Like, the Priest one is the type of thing where it's either terrible or it's broken, right? And so, because they didn't want it to be broken, they nerfed a card that would make it good. So now it's terrible. So I don't know. I think you can do hero powers and scaling hero powers in a way that's more interesting. Oh. Well, if they have Potion of Illusion, I'm very upset. And If they don't, then I'm very pleased. I hope the quests next expansion are good and not cringe. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Best joke I've ever heard. And they got it. And I hate this game. And this game's stupid. And butt. Poopy butt. Stinky poopy potato butt. Dumb game. Okay, we lost, yeah. Yeah, we have one last hope for peace. One spaghetti left. Alright. Patchwork. Don't you fail me now. Nothing can save you now except for her. Patchwork. At the end of your turn, put a random spell on the top of your opponent's deck. Huh. Don't mind if I do. Fly true, Patchwork. Agreed. Agreed. I suppose, you know, we could also draw Theatar later or something. So it's not like we don't have another out, but I feel like the clock is closing in. Get him, Patchwork. Show me potato salad. Poop. Stinky butt poop. I don't like it. Draw a nice spell for you. Hope it's a good one. Do you like it? Is it a good spell? Is it a good spell for your Ramoth? Hmm? Don't hit him. Don't hit him. Hit Patchwork 3 times. Patch. No. Order should have killed Spindly first. Alright. You know what? When you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right. Somebody give me a Theatar. One time. One Tim. One Tim Theatar. It's your time to splurge. Do you think 8 hands is going to save me here? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hell yeah is not going to be drawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still no hell yeah. What can this draw? Hideous Hulk and Finley. So that can draw 2. Draws me 1 closer to hell yeah. So fine. These need to go. This is getting out of hand. This is getting out of 8 hands. I missed my funny tech card. That was so hilarious that it devolved me into what it did. You wish to match wits with me? I'll show you who's got wits. Or locking myself as sussy. It is a little sussy. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. But this is a game where I have to take risks. This isn't a game where I can, like, play ideally and hope it works out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, hell yeah. Technically possible now. I think what I'm going to do is that. And then we'll see what happens. Pyroblast, let's go! Oh, nice. Neat. Alright. So... now there's at least a 50% chance of hell yeah, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's like that or Blade Master Okani. So especially if we top deck something in that section. You went 17-1 from Diamond 1 to Legend with Exodia Paladin. Proud of you. That's Zephy's.
Job done.
Alright, board lock this. Alright, please don't overdraw, hell yeah. I've gone through so many hoops. You're truly an innovator. Believed in you the whole time. That put their Ramoth on the bottom of their deck. Alright, they must be desperate for a counter, I guess. That's what they're doing. That is a terrible Ramoth pool. Because I haven't really been paying attention. So they get crystal clusters. I guess that is pretty bad, isn't it? The ancient technology. Chat from the before times. Chat from the before times.
I have too many cards.
That was what? That was obliterate. So still no 8 hands.
Your wish is my suggestion. The time has come to dethrone our form.
The leeches are just gonna get there. It's pretty funny. This stuff is almost normal cost now. Oh my goodness, if they take my 8 hands, I'm gonna cry. I will literally cry if they take 8 hands. I'm just gonna cry right now in front of all of you. My grand stratagem. I guess it won't be too bad, right? Because, like, you know, what are they gonna do? Play it? He wants your ETC? I guess so. I guess so. Gave me an ice block for what? Oh, airlock breach? That's fine. That's fine. No pro- Hey! Okay, we can finally play it. Alright.
His reign ends.
This. 8 hands. Then. Okay. There are. I guess I should have played it earlier. Alright. I think that's enough out of me. Alright, I will raid Curly. You guys have been great. See you again someday.